Considering Sasuke is based on the Delta Gundam, we need somebody to paint him gold to depict Senko-san from the Helpful Fox Senko-san. What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gundam here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the SD Sasuke Delta Gundam from SD Gundam World Heroes. And in front of you is the kit itself straight out of the box with all the stickers applied. And even with the missing color details, Sasuke still looks splendid and adorable in some sense. It's not like every other SD Gundam World Heroes kits or even the SD Senko Form kits, minus the OG Cao Cao Wing Gundam, where stickers don't help the kit enough. The stickers on Sasuke are already enough to bring out his character, from the basics like the eyes and the forehead camera, to the complex ones like the head crest and all of the red flame patterns all over the body, and the ones on the fox mask. However, for those of you who want to paint in the details, more than paper thin patience is required, as the details are not molded into the plastic aside from the ones on the head crest and the fox mask, as evidenced by the shoulders and feet, largely due to the reason of a potential setup for a Sai-Zol Gundam Delta Kai release, as only a different head and backpack are necessary for that to happen, on top of the paint job, that is. Proportions are nicely done as usual, as with all the other kits from the same line, and the structure is very sturdy, making Sasuke a very good kit for a painting challenge, straight build display, or even play for younger audiences. Articulation starts with a very stiff ball joint and a neck joint in the head. You can bend it very far up thanks to the transformation, and otherwise you can rotate side to side a little bit, but beware of the shuriken colliding with everything else. Speaking of which, the shuriken over here can spin on the peg that it's on. The fox mask can also move somewhat forwards and back, but not intended. The arms over here can rotate, and they can flip in and out just like so, and they can roll inside their socket. The arms cannot really move anywhere apart from the bicep swivel, because it doesn't have an arm joint, and because the ball joint is very stubborn and the shoulder flap cannot move, it's just stuck there. The claws are on a clip, so you can flip them in and out, and the wrists are on very stiff ball joints. The waist over here can crunch backwards pretty good. Crunch forwards not that good. Side to side it's on the ball joints, so you can roll in there, and of course it can rotate along the waist. Front skirts are conjoined together, you can move them. The thigh skirts over here can move for once, but albeit minutely. The back skirt is paralyzed, and there are no unique mechanics in the legs, so all they can do is go forwards a very tiny bit. It will hit the kunai if not. Go backwards pretty good. Go outwards more than expected, and a slight rotation thanks to the ball joint. And let's take this off to demonstrate the knee bend. 90 degrees, pretty good for an SD kit. The shin armor over here can rotate because of the transformation, and the feet are on ball joints and with a deep cut towards the back for the transformation. The articulation on the Sasuke Delta Gundam is bog standard for the kits of its line and pretty good for an SD. Although I do wish the arms could have had a little bit more, there is no reason in complaining because they already did what they can. For notable gimmicks, if you take off the rear helmet piece, you'd notice two holes underneath, which means you can place the fox mask on the left or right of Sasuke's head depending on where you plug the adapter. For accessories, first of all you have the Rokumon Shuriken Mujina on the back of the head. The hollow parts look a little bit unsettling, so it's recommended that you fill those in. Bringing in the ninja pose hand, you can plug the shuriken onto the hand as if he took it off of his head. If not, there is a 3mm hole on the underside of the shuriken, so you can prop it up with an action base to enact Sasuke tossing it. On top of that, he is also armed with the Inari sword. Named after the Japanese fox deity, it has a pretty good amount of detail for such a small sword, especially on the hilt. It slides into the hand pretty nicely, and it does look very nice held in a forward grip or reverse grip, and it can slide into the sheath to restore security when not in use. For comparisons, here is the SD Cross Silhouette Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex and the SD Valkylander, which uses a BB Senshi frame. Sasuke looks leaner than the other two, but he still shares a similar height profile and doesn't look out of place among them. Finally, the transformation into the Senko Form. You want to rip the entire helmet off and remove the claws on the forearms. Prepare the body by rotating what is left of the head for a full 180, have Sasuke hold the claws, flip out the hind legs from the thigh armor, rotate the calf armor 90 degrees outwards, point the toes, and clap them together to form the bushy tail. There are holes on the feet, so you can use a peg-to-peg adapter to help with the angling, but usually it will work out just fine. For the helmet, take off the mask, shuriken, rear panel, and V-fin, and take off the adapter from the rear panel and reinsert it as it is. Plug the V-fin into the back of the helmet, the mask onto the front, and put the helmet back onto the body, and here you have the Senko form. Looking at it, you can barely discern which part is what when you first see this form, which is also another way of saying this alt mode resembles a fox enough for the transformation to not look and feel like Sasuke dressing up as one and crawling on all fours. It looks impressive, adorable, and feels fun to transform. You can attach the adapter that was used to hang the mask into the top jaw to either give him a buck tooth or let him bite onto the sword, while you sort either the shuriken or the sheath of the sword onto the back, but I suppose you can cheat and plug the sheath into the shuriken's hole. Given that it uses the same joints as the rest of the kits in the line, there are only 3 words I could use to describe this: simple, innovative, and effective. And he has a tail for smaller kits to fluff, which is always nice for a mischievous display. To conclude my review on the Sasuke Delta Gundam, firstly, he looks exceptional. Even without fully painting all the details in, a straight build with stickers only is enough to make him look stunning with all the red flames and, as usual, fantastic proportions. The Senko mode looks indiscernible compared to the normal mode, and that is just the cherry on top of the already delicious cake. Secondly, Sasuke sets the bar up high. The fact that I bought him is enough to testify, as I never really buy SD kits unless I'm seriously compelled. Sasuke looks exceptional as mentioned before, well engineered and fun to mess with, that the bar is further pushed up, and I doubt any others that come after would be able to match it. I'd even go as far as to say that he's an exemplary kit for the line. Finally, he's a bang for your buck. You'd never believe that this kit only costs 660 yen because he packs so many features into this one little kit, and well made ones at that, especially the transformation. You can tell that they produced this kit with love when they packed everything into this tiny package well. Overall, I have no complaints with him, so, you guessed it, he gets a 10 out of 10. I would recommend that you get him with all my heart, even if you don't normally collect SDs. So that's gonna wrap it up for me. Tell me in the comments below what you think. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and also subscribe for more gunplay reviews, gunplay news, and all that kind of stuff. Turn on notifications for future content alerts if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.